Hello and welcome everyone on today's MYC podcast. My name is Bhumika, and on today's episode, we will be talking about how to be authentically me or how to be your authentic self. But before moving into today's podcast, I just wanted to give you guys a quick disclaimer that throughout this podcast episode, if you hear any kind of weird noise or weird sound or a complete moment of silence, please excuse that because that's me taking little break to have my iced coffee, because if you know it's very hot nowadays, and guys, I need anything cold. Doesn't have to be iced coffee to be alive right now. But that's not the point. Let's move to today's topic, which is how to be authentically you. Well, first of all, what is authenticity? For me, being authentic, it's a practice of letting go of what other people expect from you or how other people's opinion on how you should be living your life or how you're supposed to act or how you're supposed to react, and actually start embracing our uniqueness, embracing who we truly are from inside and celebrating what makes us happy, exploring our passion, and also engaging in what truly inspires us. And because authenticity can mean different things to different people, but in general, it refers to the ability to live by our values, speaking our truth, and at the same time developing the courage to allow our true selves to be seen. Because let me tell you guys, sometimes we will be putting up with people's expectations on how we should be living our life. And we will be pretending for so long to please other people that we completely forget how we feel inside and or what our true self is. Therefore, being authentic you or being authentic is when you will actually develop a courage to allow your true selves to be seen outside. And how we can do that? What are the ways to be your authentic self? Before moving into that, I just wanted to let you guys know that authenticity or being authentic, it's a fundamental component of leading a happy life. And it's an integral part of, your pursuing your quality of life or pursuing your well-being, and it can improve your self-esteem as well as lower stress and anxiety. And guys, come on, we have enough stress in our life. So if you being you, if you connecting to your inner self and acting upon that will lower your stress and anxiety, then why not, right? So here are some of the ways how you can be your authentic self. The first of all, we have identify your core values. Well, what does that mean? What that means, creating a connection with our true nature. It's an essential and important for building our authentic self. You can also start by identifying some values that are fundamental for you, like what makes you happy and what are the values that you cannot absolutely compromise upon. So once you see, you will start incorporating all these things into your daily routine. It can actually help the process of value identification. For example, some of my core values is like for me to lead a meaningful life, it's honesty and openness in any kind of relationship, and at the same time, kindness and empathy for myself and other people. And at the same time, I do feel grateful for whatever I have in my life. Therefore, you need to connect with your inner self so that you can identify, like, what do you value in your life? Like, explore your passion, like, engage in what truly inspire you. You can also be honest with yourself, like reflect on certain values and belief that you strongly stand by in your life. Because guys, once you list down your core values and break each down into, like, okay, what are the actionable steps that will help you to live these values better, you will start seeing the change so that you can also start living in a closer alignment with your core values. And the second, we do have a start making conscious decision. What does that mean? Because you see, sometimes we just go through the day in that auto mode without even contemplating if our thoughts and action they resonate with our authentic self. So how you can do that is, like, please try to observe yourself and learn about how you react to the challenges, what motivates you, and the nature that of your social interaction, of your social group, and start noting down and start noticing what kind of behavior and the settings that evoke responses from your adaptive self, and which of these responses feel authentic to you. So once you spotted that thing, you will start working on that And once you start working on that, you will start seeing that change. Because, guys, let me tell you, being authentic, like these authentic people that we see who say their mind out loud, talk their, who just talk their self, they sometimes can cause discomfort, and sometimes it could be more difficult and harder than done when you encourage someone to be authentically themselves. But once you do that, once you stand by your principle, you will see that power of self-respect. You will just free yourself from the expectation of other. You will also see that, like how powerful you are with yourself. Like, if being honest about your boundaries, if you are being open about your boundaries, then you are also indicating to your subconscious that it's okay to not be perfect all the time. At the same time, that is also called developing self-validation. And you can't be your authentic self if you do not validate your feeling. So, guys, these are the things you can be using. You can be trying to be authentically you. And it is more difficult and harder, like I said than done when you encourage someone to be authentically themselves. But one step at a time, you can also start being yourself. Being yourself is completely okay. And for some of us, it's a journey to take part on, because it comes with a lot of consequences. Sometimes saying our mind out, saying our thing in our head, out loud in people, it might gonna create that chaos, it might gonna create that tension between. But once you start doing that, once you start being honest with yourself, and once you start practice that self-acceptance, I'm telling you, the outcome that you will get it is much more than you think. It will lead you to the journey of self-love. It will lead you to the journey of having that high self-esteem and the power that you hold. Because if you are not being authentic of yourself, that means like you are giving a key of your authority, the key of your happiness in someone else's hand. But once you get that power, once you get that authority to lead your own life, you are unstoppable. And we keep on saying that, guys, like, please, change is compulsory, change is necessary if you want it to improve, or any aspects of life. If you want to improve any aspects of your life, there will come a change, and that change is necessary. That change is complicated, that change is hard, that change is like a struggle. But however, you need to have that mindset that you will overcome eventually, and you need to work on it and take one step at a time. Well, guys, with saying that, I think we are at the end of our episode today, and thank you for listening to my chit chat. And once again, if you guys have any questions or queries, please send us through, because you know that you will be anonymous. Till then, please take care of yourself, take care of your mind, take care of your soul, guys. And don't forget, if you feel like you have a bad bee energy inside you, show that and own it. Like, be proud to own it. If you feel like that's it, I can't stand the bullshit that these people are talking, then please leave, remove yourself from that kind of situation, that kind of conversation, because at the end of the day, you don't want to please them. And if it doesn't add up to the value that you hold in your life, I think it's better if you just leave these kind of conversation, leave the uncomfortable people, and just move forward in your life. All right. Well, being said that, thank you for listening to today's podcast. Bye.